Hello everybody, welcome back once again to the Final Fantasy XIII walkthrough. The end of the previous video, we spent a bit of time just chatting with the main characters and kind of getting a little more, I guess, plot info.
I can't believe we're still in Cocoon.
It's kind of creepy.
Alright, so what do we have here? A couple of new enemies here, the Pulsework Knights. Not really much different from the Pulsework soldiers that we've fought in the past. Essentially you really just want to get them staggered, and that's where you can really lay on the pain. As far as my setup here, I'm continuing on with the Lightning, Snow, and Saz combo. Kind of for the same reasons that I brought up in some of the other videos there, that number one, all three of them have their Eidolons already, which means they've got 4 ATB segments, thus being a little more efficient in combat. Snow still has, as far as I know, the strongest physical stat in the game right now as far as weapons. So he can't be beat quite yet. That's not going to, I don't believe that's going to last forever, but, I guess just keep that in mind. This role development unlocked little reminder here, I think that technically already happened, and I thought I had already done that.
This place. It must be an ark.
An ark? That's what they called them.
Long ago, the Fal'Cie, who made their home on Grand Pulse, were afraid of invasion from the outside. As part of their battle preparations, they created an army of living weapons, and they stored those weapons in arks. And they hid the arks all over the world.
Everyone on Grand Pulse knew the legend.
So, this is basically a Pulse armory.
Mm-hmm. Most of us never believed in them. A few people tried searching, but they never found a thing. Who'd have thought to look on Cocoon?
Right under our noses. Some secret they kept. Those Sanctum guys, what are they up to?
The story's not done. There's more.
They used to say the arks had a more practical purpose.
Huh. Really?
Yeah, to force l'Cie to master their shiny new powers.
Okay, so I get it. Daisley's goal is to forge us into stronger weapons. Right.
Not Seath, but monsters all the same.
Think of it as training for the fight ahead.
Hope's right.
Wait, what was that? These guys again.
Fun times.
Over there. We gotta keep moving.
What do we do?
Alright, so they describe the Ark here as being a pulse or what's Lightning say there, a pulse armory, essentially. But anyways, these, going back to the conversation from before there on the current party that I'm set up with. I like these three still for the time being. Number one, Saz has got haste, and you know, nobody else really is going to get haste for quite some time. So really, I wanted to stick with him. And actually, for this time around, you know, I've done a few different playthroughs of the game, and I've never gone with this specific setup here with these three characters. I've done the you know, using what is it, Lightning, Hope, and Fang for quite some time, and that's really good. That is, I'll be honest, that's a really good setup, or character combination, I guess, however you want to look at it. Probably the big thing is just Hope's. Not only is he a great defensive buffer for the time being, he's also probably your best healer. So, you know, you kind of get two really good rolls with him. Whereas somebody like Vanille, I actually really like Vanille, but the problem with her is really she's a great debuffer, you know, Saboteur, but and then she's also a really good healer. But the problem is a lot of times I don't really, especially for like just enemy farm, like if you're doing a boss or if you're going to kill bosses, then sure, go right ahead and you know, I'll debuff them then. But for the most part, for normal fights, I just don't really use a whole lot of, or don't do a whole lot of debuffing. And similarly, I don't really do a whole lot of healing, you know, so you really want kind of somebody else for that kind of stuff. So, I mean, again, now I've actually gone through and played and used her pretty much the whole way through, but you know, I feel like that's kind of one of the things that, or that's maybe her weak point for the time being. And Fang, so again, Fang is really good though too, a really good commando, and obviously a decent Saboteur as well. I don't use the Sentinel for quite a bit, or you know, for really much of the game at all, to be honest. And so she's really even not that great right now, in my opinion. But again, now she is a really good commando. So if that's something that you're looking for, go ahead and bring her in. Otherwise, I really liked Snow as a commando for the time being. You know, there's a couple of reasons why. Obviously, he's got a really insane HP total, so he can kind of get away with equipping some of the other items that increase his strength and whatnot. So that's kind of why I like going with him. Saz, again, you know, haste. There's nothing much more to that. I mean, that spell is pretty amazing, and nobody else is really going to get that. I mean, you will get, or some of the other characters will get it eventually, but it's quite a ways, and it's a pretty significant CP investment to get there. Now, you know, that's another thing. Your characters aren't going to be as developed as mine are here, typically, anyway, unless you spent as much time farming as I did. So, you know, at the end of the Barthandelus fight, or basically the beginning of this area here, I had capped out on the CP. So, you know, you just might not, or most likely are not going to have that kind of CP at this time. So, you know, obviously my characters are going to be most likely anyway a bit more developed. But anyways, so what I'm doing here is I'm starting out the same synergist. Saz is being a synergist. Snow starts out as Commando, and Lightning as Ravager. And the reason why I'm doing that is just to get haste on everybody before I kind of go to town. Now, unfortunately, that's also given me some kind of poor battle ratings here for the time being, and to be honest, the biggest reason for that is because I've got Snow equipped with the double warrior wristband still, so he's getting a huge boost in his physical strength, but unfortunately, that doesn't always translate to good battle ratings because of the whole, you know, raw stats kind of bringing down target time. So. Unfortunately, you know, there's a couple of battles here and there that I didn't get 5 stars on, but that's all right. I didn't worry, or I wasn't too worried about it. To be honest, you know, these battle ratings, they're really just going to help you get rare items, and you know, for the most part, these items aren't really. I guess I don't know. I just wouldn't stress, you know, getting those too badly or too much. I kind of felt like. I just wanted to get through these areas too, and kind of just you know, keep going with the story. So I wanted to kind of keep moving, not get all bogged down, and I wasn't really worried about the battle ratings for the time being. That'll change in certain areas, you know, where I feel like the rares are, you know, more important. I would say. So I guess let's just keep that. But anyways, all right. So we got here a couple more pulse work knights. And again, you know, nothing fancy about these guys. Just get that chain gauge built up, get them staggered, and take care of business. So, as far as this party goes, the probably the biggest issue with this combo of 3 is, to be honest, I really did the majority of the healing with lightning, and she is not that great of a healer. You know, of the 3, she is the best, or she gets the best, or the highest roll, I guess, roll bonus. So that's one other thing that you really gotta keep in mind, you know. So she did okay, and I was able to you know, get through. But to be honest, I think a lot of that though is because I put so much investment into these characters, Cressarium. So you know, again, there's a chance that you might not be able to get away with this trio, or this specific trio, but well, again, I was able to. I don't know. Again, I'm not really sure how much I liked it. I actually really felt like the boss fights were a bit more difficult than some of the other playthroughs.
Thanks.
And probably, I'd say mostly that was just because of the lack of defensive buffs. And you know, unfortunately, that's just kind of the way it is with these 3. There's just, you know, I mean, to be honest, for a long time, Hope is going to be your best buffer, you know, or at least defensive buffer. Saz, on the other hand, is your, you know, obviously your more offensive-oriented buffer. And I guess that's kind of what I was going here for this this playthrough, was, or at least for the time being, just kind of going really offensively. And you know, unfortunately though, now in hindsight, I don't know if that makes for a really great walkthrough, because you know, it might not be doable for character, or you might have a lot more issues, I suppose, than I did without the kind of Cressarium development that I did. But again, I don't know. You know, you can always try it out, and if it works for you, go ahead and stick with it. If not, you know, I guess it doesn't. But that being said, it's actually, I guess it would still be fairly doable if you kind of just ran around with these 3 for the kind of like the junk fights, and then if you have problems with the bosses, then you can switch it up. The only problem with that is when you swap characters in and out, you have to redo all of your paradigms, and that can get a little annoying, you know. So again, unless you know, I guess again, you know, try it out, see if you like it. If it doesn't work out for the boss fights, then you can always swap it or switch it up and try something else. Now, all right, so here's our first Hero's Amulet, and I'm gonna equip that on Snow right away. That automatically bestows the wearer with the Bravery spell, which I think is pretty fantastic. That's a great. I think I've actually brought it up a couple of times there, where you know, the buffs, especially Bravery, as well as Faith. Those are just really great buffs to have on your character right as the battle starts for these. I'll almost call them, like, you know, trash encounters. Boss fights, on the other hand, is a little bit of a different story, but for most of these fights that are only going to last a minute or two, I think that those items are or they come in really handy. Obviously, Saz still has the, I think it's the Saint's Amulet, I want to say, and that's the one that gives you Faith right away, as well as he's still got a Shielding Talisman on. But anyway, so I really like those. They're really great for actually hitting your target times. You know, if you are really concerned about getting your 5 stars and you know, just kind of getting the most of these rares that you can. And the reason why that works so well is obviously it's bravery is going to add, I believe it's a 25% increase to your physical damage, and then faith is going to do the same thing but for your magic damage. Now I would say that bravery is usually more effective. That's not always the case, but I would at least say that if you've got a commando with that on, it's pretty insane. I mean, 25% damage on top of what I mean, they're already really good damage.
You know what to do.
You know, you're gonna be looking pretty good. Oh, I'm sorry. The hero amulet must be. Yeah, I'm sorry. The hero amulet is critical bravery. So I actually just equipped that on Snow for the time being because I'm planning on upgrading that when I get to the next save point. So I apologize for that. That'll actually upgrade, I believe, into the morale talisman, I believe it is. So and that'll start him out in or with bravery right away. But again, it's a kind of a cheap way to kind of cheat the system. You know, you'll be able to do a bunch more damage, and it won't actually affect the target time at all. So you know, whereas if you were to add just raw stats, that will affect the target time. So, you know, again, it's just kind of a cheesy little way to cheat the system, I suppose you could say. Alright, so these are, well, I guess we've run into a couple of these Circuitrons, but basically another, you know, bomb type enemy. I believe if they hit you, they steal health or something like that, or they just get health back. And I believe they will explode on you too, just like the other ones that we faced earlier with Saz and Vanille. So definitely focus them down first. You don't want them blowing up in your face. And yeah, 4 stars all day. That might change a bit once I get that hero. Is it the hero amulet? I think it's a hero amulet. Once that gets upgraded. But we'll see here. I'm sure that's hopefully what I do here right away. And I'm not sure if I've got footage of that or not, so we'll see. Ooh, yep, looks like it. Maybe. Oh, no, maybe. I don't know. Maybe not. Alright. So definitely you'll want to check. Yeah, alright, so the Minar Stone or whatever this thing is, this is brand new. You know, any time that you get or a huge chunk of the story done, you always want to check these stores just to see what's getting added. Creature comforts, I really don't buy anything out. To be honest, the only thing I really buy out of there are the sturdy bones. Alright, so what do we got here? Magical Moments got a couple of new items that are added. Looks like B&W's got a few more too. Nothing. I wouldn't say that any of this is worth buying, but I guess it's just good to know that there's new stuff. Platis's Workshop. This is, you know, just weapons, and throughout the game you'll get one of everything as long as you're not missing items. I shouldn't say that. For that specific shop, there's a couple of weapons actually in the game that are buyable only in a certain shop that we won't be getting into much later. So nothing really to worry about for the time being. But anyways, all right. So what are we doing here? Let's upgrade this hero's amulet. We only need 600 experience. That's kind of overdoing it big time there, but oh well. All right, so it takes a perovskite to upgrade. And yeah, like I said, so that's the morale talisman. You don't need to upgrade this anymore. It's not going to do anything for you. For whatever reason, I just like to upgrade it to or upgrade these items so that they're starred. I kind of feel like it's a little easier to spot in the inventory when I'm like searching for new things to equip. Like, yeah, that kind of stands out a little bit. So anyways, that's kind of why I do that. Again, you really don't need to. Once it gets to auto, you know, and that goes for like the shielding talisman as well. You know, those ones that give you the auto buffs. There's no real reason to to upgrade short of if you were going to dismantle them, which I don't believe we've really I don't think I've spoken about much at all. Mainly because I really don't feel like it's worth it at this point in time. There will be an item. I don't know about. It'll probably be in the next few videos that I actually do end up dismantling, but I guess I'll talk about that again more once we actually get there. But for the time being, just keep in mind, I really don't feel like it's worth dismantling anything right now. But anyways, alright, let's keep moving on. One thing I want to add here is that these guys, whatever they're called, phosphoric ooze, okay. So these guys will, I believe if there's, I don't know if it's required that you knock them down. I think they have to be kind of lowish on health, but they'll merge. You saw that one. That one was trying to merge, but I killed the other one too quickly. But you'll actually want to do that if you're trying to get a complete data log, because they'll merge into, I think it's called like a phosphoric ooze or something like that. And I've got footage of that here coming up in a little bit. But you know, again, if you're trying to get a full data log completed, you'll want to let them merge, and then I think I used Libra a couple of times just to make sure that I'd get all the information on them. Otherwise, you know, this is really the only time in the game that you're going to be able to get those. So, you know, again, if that's something that you're really trying to do, if you're anal like I am, then you know, again, make sure you're taking care of that right now, because they will not be around forever. All right, let's see what we got back here. Saint's Amulet. Alright. I think I end up upgrading that one as well. You know, for the same reason I guess I don't know if actually I end up equipping this one or not. I guess we'll see. Anyways, so this one will upgrade into the... Ooh. It starts out... Oh, so wait. It must start with the Saint's Amulet, and then... Oh boy, yeah, I shouldn't even try to guess what the upgraded version is. At least I think that's right. Alright, let's see here. I don't know what I'm doing. Probably have to buy some components or something. Oh yeah, alright, so it takes a Perovskite, definitely, to upgrade from tier 1 to tier 2. And... Alright, Saint's Amulet, there we are. Take 600 EXP. Yeah, so I guess I didn't use 2 bombshells this time. I kind of figured I overdid it on the first time around, so... Guess we're gonna try to find... I don't know, something... a little bit less, I guess. Okay. Alright, there we go. Let's use that Perovskite there. The Blessed Talisman, that was the name of it. Okay. So there we go. We're up to the Auto Faith. And again, now this is another example of this is really just wasted items here. You know, so again, you don't really need to do this. But again, the reason why I do it is because of the getting to the star. It's easier to pick it out in the in lists. I guess it's pretty easy, being that they're stuck right on the bottom right now, but once you sort your inventory, that'll all change. So it looks like I'm taking the shield amulet off of Lightning. To be honest, I don't know if that's a very good move. Reason being, she's right now the active party lead, and you know, I don't know. I just feel like that's actually a really good item to keep on her for the time being. You know, with her yeah, look at Eve. She's even got the least amount of health of all these people, or of all my characters right now. So again, reason being, when the party leader dies, you know, that's a you have to restart the battle. So Again, not really feeling like that was that great of a choice, and I'm pretty sure that came back to bite me a little bit later. So again, I guess keep that kind of stuff in mind. To be honest, though, I think I could have swapped out the party lead right now, which actually, so that's kind of one thing that I should really bring up right here is that, and I'm fairly certain it's right here is when you can finally actually change your party lead. But it actually wouldn't be too bad of an idea. There was a phosphoric ooze. I'm pretty sure I didn't get credit for that, though. I think I killed it too quickly. But anyway, so Snow, to be honest, makes a fantastic party leader. Number one, the biggest reason is because he's got the biggest health total. So, yeah, I guess I'm just gonna, I think I'm looking around for the different enemies here and what I'm missing and what I've got. But anyway, so Snow, again, really good party leader. Biggest reason he's got the best HP pool. So, he can just take more hits before it ends up being a game over. And, there's there you go, there's a phosphoric ooze. And here I don't have all the, or do I have all the info? Oh, I do, okay. So we're good to go. We don't need to do anything else for them. Cool. So again, those guys are actually, technically missable. So if you're trying to go for the whole or the full data log, make sure you get those right now. But again, anyway, so Snow, really good party leader right now, most health. Now, and for the time being, that's really the only, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. It's probably the biggest reason to change your party leader to somebody that's got a bigger HP pool. There's some intricacies with the battle system where, at certain times it'll be better to have, certain characters as a party leader instead. But for the time being, Snow ends up being a really great party leader. And again, it's mostly the HP. Later on, things are going to change a little bit. Your characters will get certain abilities that probably will make you want to lean towards, having them as the party leader instead. But again, that won't come into play for quite some time. So I'd say pick, whatever 3 characters you're using for the time being. You probably want to just pick whoever's got the highest amount of HP, and then kind of go with them for the timing. Now, actually, I forgot something here. So the enemy that I'm shooting for isn't the it isn't the phosphoric ooze. It's the alchemic ooze. And again, that's after 2 phosphoric oozes have fused together or merged. And I actually don't have them in my data log yet. I actually just realized that I had the names wrong. So, anyways, again, the phosphoric ooze are the ones that are kind of cruising around here, which are pretty easy to get into the data log. But the alchemic ooze is the one that we need to get into the data log there. And boy, I just realized now that I'm going to end up kind of cruising around here for quite some time because I end up getting a preemptive here and kind of nuking these guys down too quickly. So this isn't the only place, though. I believe there's some more of these phosphoric ooze, later on down the line, but I didn't remember where the last ones were at, so I kind of just wanted to get the alchemic ooze into my data log as soon as I could. So I kind of just cruised around in this area for a little bit, alright, yeah. Yeah, this stuff isn't lasting very long. Alright, so, oh yeah, so here's one little trick that I did here, just to try to make sure that I wasn't killing this stuff too quickly. So I just did a Ravager and double medic just because I wanted to do a little bit of damage. Because if I remember right, that's what kind of causes them to merge, is by getting one kind of low on health. And then I just had the two characters that are controlled by the computer just with the medic roll. And again, that's just so that they will specifically just heal, because I don't want them doing a bunch of damage and, you know, crushing the enemies down too quickly. So, kind of one little neat trick, I suppose. Now, if your trio of 3 are not able to use the medic role, so like if you didn't have enough CP to teach, you know, for instance, Snow and Saz, there a couple other, or I'll get a little bit into their medic role. What you can do instead is make a team of Lightning, Vanille, and Hope, and go about it that way, because obviously those 2 will have access to the medic roles automatically. But anyway, alright, so we get there. I don't know, some, what was that, organic materials there? Nothing too fancy. And I think I'm going to end up heading back towards the entrance and respawning some enemies, so that I can get that alchemic ooze into my data log. Again, though, I think that there are a couple. If you haven't got it by this point, you can go down a little bit farther. I'm pretty sure there's more of these ooze, these phosphoric ooze kind of cruising around. But again, I just came back because I wanted to make sure that I got it. So let's see if this ends up being the battle. I'm not sure if it took me 1 or 2, but we'll see here. Perpetual magic. That sounds fun. It's actually a really, really bad paradigm. I would not recommend ever having this set up unless it's for something like this. A single Ravager and 2 medics? I don't know, you wouldn't ever get anything done that way.
Thank you.
Oh god, that was really low. Alright, what's the deal here? Let's get these guys to merge already. I'm not sure if you have to like get it down to 1 or just 2 enemies. It's kind of looking like that might be the case. There we go. So there he merges, and yeah, he kind of grows a bit. There's the alchemic ooze. Now I'm gonna Libra. I think it takes 2 Libras to learn everything. Yeah. So this should do it. This should, yep, that looks good. All right. So now I can just finish him off. There we go. I think I'm gonna check the data log here just to make sure. 0 stars. Go figure. Alright, so this should be a feral creature, flan, and alchemic ooze. There you go. So there you have it. And these guys are definitely... I'm pretty much 100% sure that I would have not been able to get that guy into my log unless I knew that you know, they even existed, because these ooze, they just do not last long enough. And actually, I think it's actually a good idea to keep that paradigm. I believe there's another enemy coming up. I don't remember which one it is, but I vaguely remember trying to make sure I didn't kill them off too quickly as well. So that may not be a bad one to actually keep. And here I'm actually going to go up and save, because this video just ended up getting really long. And again, that was just because I was messing around with that, making sure I got that data log all complete. But excuse me. Yeah, it's good thing this video's ending. I'm getting way too tired to be doing these walkthroughs. Alright, set up and save. And I might even do... Oh, maybe I didn't save. Okay, so I'm going to continue on. I was like, let's keep going. Alright, yeah. I was mistaken. I thought I just went and saved and called it a day. Not the case. Looking like we're going to try to soldier on and maybe I think there's actually one more save point up in here, so I'm sure that's what I end up doing. Oh, maybe not. Well, that's a tough call. There's not much left of this video, though, so I'm surprised. Or I should say, I would be surprised if there wasn't another save point right up here. But, alright, anyways. So the good thing about going with the, actually, so the reason why I've got lightning equipped with the Blessed Talisman and not the Shield Talisman is because I still like that. Is it the Speed Sash, I think it is, that gives her first strike? And that in combination with the Axis Blade, I just really, really like that combo. I like the ATB recharge rate of 10%. So that's kind of why I stuck with that combo. And I'm pretty much at the end of the game now, and I've actually stuck with that combo for actually the entire game. And I really liked how it turned out. But alright, we got a treasure chest here, and then we're going, or sorry, a treasure sphere. And then I gotta save, so what we got here? Rainbow anklet. Alright. Anyways, I gotta cut the commentary here, so hope this guide was helpful, and hope you guys join for more. Alright, thanks for watching.